Good evening and welcome to the Fort William First Nations Arena here in beautiful Thunder Bay, Ontario. And of course, wherever you are, whenever you do, we thank you for listening along the Manitoba Sports Network. My name's Rory McGore, and of course, alongside my broadcast partner, Will Stryline, for a weekend filled with hockey action. 6 games across the next 3 days, and the finals of the 2 top-seeded teams takes place on Sunday here at the Telus Cup West Regional Finals. 4 teams with their respective division titles. Notre Dame Hounds and Kenora Thistles are going to fire off this weekend. A lot of long hours driving for a lot of these teams. Some really talented teams coming in. Notre Dame taking the Saskatchewan Midget AAA Hockey League title. Winnipeg Wild taking the Manitoba Midget AAA Hockey League title. The host, of course, Thunder Bay, who won the Hockey Northern Ontario title, and the Kenora Thistles, being the finalist in the Hockey Northern Ontario finals, also get the invite. Where do you see these 3 days and these 7 games going for these 4 teams?
You're going to see a lot of great action out of these teams. Like you say, a lot of them coming out of the branch championships, H&O being Thunder Bay and Kenora. You have Saskatchewan, who ran the gamut in the Saskatchewan League Notre Dame story, going 9-0 in the playoff run. And you have the Winnipeg Wild, who were in that race for first place all regular season long with the Brandon Wheat Kings, and they get the upper hand. They sweep the championship. They're hitting all cylinders throughout the playoffs, only really losing in the first round, sweeping their semifinal matchup as well. The Winnipeg Wild, I think, are going to come in here later tonight and have an absolutely great game behind them. They've got all the momentum going for them. But you look at the same thing right now for the Notre Dame Hounds. They only lost 5 games all season. That includes overtime matchups, and they swept 9-0 to win the Saskatchewan AAA Midget Hockey League. So they're a team that you come out tonight, you might be kind of underestimating Kenora, and that's the worst thing that they could do right now.
Well, let's start with the Notre Dame Hounds. First game is against the Kenora Thistles. Like you said, Hounds flawless in the playoffs, and the 5 losses in the regular season are all by 1-goal games. They've been here a few times before. In 08-09, 09-010, not only did they win the West Regionals, but they went on and won the Telus Cup National Midget Championships. So we'll start with that. You said they shouldn't underestimate the Kenora Thistles. Kenora, 10th place in the Manitoba Midget Hockey League with a record of 18-26-4. What can they do? Because it's going to be a tough test, and we know this. The Notre Dame Hounds, they come in, they're loaded, they're big, they're fast, they put up goals. What can Kenora do to try to neutralize and kill the momentum coming in from a perfect playoff sweep from the Notre Dame Hounds?
I think one of the big things you have to look at for the Kenora Thistles is their 3 top point getters in Dylan Windsor, Cooper Witherspoon, and Sam Brunton. They've been able all to get over 40 points throughout the regular season, and it wasn't a great season for them. They play their system well. If they start moving the puck and they can get some offensive zone time against the Notre Dame Hounds, are doing good. The second thing you need to look at, neither Notre Dame goaltender has given up a 2 goals against average throughout the season. Both of them hitting at the 1.65 mark, give or take a couple decimal points there. But both of them are good goaltenders. When they can see the shot, they can set up. So get traffic in front, bang away. You don't need clean goals all the time to win a hockey game, and it only takes 1. Coach Doug Novak for the Kenora Thistles loves to play this system. In my time though, Kenora covering the team, all he ever talked about was the system. He loves making sure he gets all his guys to play the same way, game in and game out. And if they can hit that system tonight and they can play well, led by those 3 guys, I think Kenora's got a chance to maybe shock the Notre Dame Hounds coming out in the first period.
Sticking with Kenora here, they have 9 players on their final year with the team, final year in midget hockey. What does that do for a group that's led by these older players, all born in 2000, that this is going to be their last time on the ice for midget hockey?
Embrace it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to embrace a moment like that. Like you say, just at the midget level, these guys have been together for 3 years. But you look back to the Bantam Thistle level in Kenora and the Pee Wee Thistle level, these guys have been playing together their entire teenagehood, since they were kids. You know that come Monday morning, you may never play hockey with these guys again. So embrace it. Don't be afraid of the fact that don't be caught up in that fact. Let it fuel what you're doing here. Guide the younger guys along. They have the experience. They haven't been in the playoffs for 2 years, but that group of players were in the Manitoba Midget Hockey League playoffs the year before that, and they gave Eastman a run for the money. Eastman was the regular season champion that year in the first round.
Well, it's a cold arena here, so it should be a fast ice surface, fast game. I'm a little bit shivering, but speaking of fast, is the fast team of Notre Dame Hounds. They have 4 players who are committed to Div 1 colleges in the next upcoming years. They have 9 players who are drafted into the CHL around the Canadian Hockey League, of course, in their respective leagues. A couple names that jump off the page to you: Quinn Schmeiman, their leading defensive point getter here; Nolan Renwick, Brad Morrissey, who led the playoffs in points with 17 points in 9 games, and Luke Malimic. No weakness of talent for the Notre Dame Hounds.
There's really not. Across the board, the Notre Dame Hounds are stacked, and they've got a really good system in the way they work there. They've got the Hounds program, and they got the Argos program. So these guys have been playing together, if it wasn't even necessarily as a member of the Notre Dame Hounds. And you mentioned Quinn Schmeiman. He had 35 points in the regular season, 28 points in assists alone. So he knows how to move the puck from the back end. And in the postseason, he did even better. In 9 games, he put up 12 points, 2 goals, and 10 assists. He is a guy that can anchor the power play for the Notre Dame Hounds and really get that puck moving in the offensive zone.
Riley Kohinick picked up the league goaltending award in the SM AAAHL. We expect to see him getting the first nod. Aaron Randazzo has also sparkling numbers for the Notre Dame Hounds, so it's more of a 1A, 1B option for the Hounds.
It absolutely is. Really, when it comes to the Hounds and their goaltending, they have been all season in great positioning, and their defense gets in the way. They don't let a lot of shots come in from close up, giving their goaltenders an opportunity to get set, make the saves that they need to make. So that's why I say, go right back to the Kenora. If you can flood the crease, if you can get shots on back, bang away at rebounds, and fight for goals, get them uncomfortable. Because they've shown all season long that they can do everything else to you in terms of goaltending from the Notre Dame Hounds. So that's going to be the key for the Kenora Thistles if you want to beat it. And I agree with you in that, both of them, as I said, 1.65 goals against averages, both of them with save percentages well above 900. It's going to be a tough test for Kenora to find the back of the net.
Well, and that's an testament to the defensive side. Notre Dame, put up 195 goals in the regular season and only 67 goals against. First in both respective categories. Goes into the playoffs, they put up 38 goals and 14 against, both first in respective categories. So not only are you going to try to have to get a couple past the two dynamic goaltenders of the Hounds, but you're going to have to find a way to stop them.
Yeah, you absolutely are going to have to stop them. And they can run 3 lines, 4 lines. They can switch things up. And, we were talking about Schmeiman, just one defenseman that can move the puck. All their leading assist getters are from the back end. They're a team that are not afraid to move the puck back to the point to be able to set up the offensive zone. And by doing that, they cycle the teams. You cycle the team long enough, they're just going to get tired. They're going to get out of position. And that's what they've been able to do to their competition throughout the regular season so far. Expect it throughout this weekend again.
Well, we would obviously like to thank Get Empowered and MyPhone, our official communications provider for cell phones, iPads, and more. Contact your authorized Telus dealer today. First game, we mentioned Notre Dame, Kenora Thistles. Winnipeg Wild had one heck of a season, and they've won the title 5 times in the last 7 years, three times in a row now, being the champions out of the Manitoba Midget Hockey League. They've never won the West Regional Finals.
Yeah, it's kind of that how breaking the camel's back when they get here, and they got to find a way. But you can lean on the experience now. You mentioned they have 3 league championships. They've been here before. They've got a number of guys that are here on their second year on the program. Number of guys that have been drafted into the MJHL or the WHL. They have guys that have the experience and know now what it takes. So can they find that extra level? And that is always what it comes down to. They can get this far. I think for the Wild, what's really interesting about their season, it's kind of weird to say this, but they kind of showed that the season's a marathon and not a race. They came out of the gate strong, but they had a couple losses that were kind of questionable early in the season, kept building. The Brandon Wheat Kings had the regular season lead the entire way through. The last matchup, the Winnipeg Wild finally get the victory over the Brandon Wheat Kings between the two in the regular season, and they cruised their way through the rest of the season, and then they showed it again in the playoffs. They really got rolling as the season went on and got a lot more confident in the play that they had.
So Thunder Bay Kings, the 4th and final team here, and of course the host this year at the West Regionals of the Telus Cup. Home ice advantage. What does that mean? And I mean, the Wild are powerhouses, the Hounds are powerhouses, but having home ice advantage has to mean something.
I think having home ice advantage is going to be a big aspect. If they can get good crowds in this building, it's easy to feed off of it. When we've been listening to everything set up here in the music, it's a fairly loud building. They're going to hear it on the ice level. The stands are right on top of the ice. It's a great situation for them to be in. What's interesting to me about the Thunder Bay Kings is that they come in actually playing games in 2 different leagues. They played in the North American Prospects Hockey League, and they didn't have a great record in that league, but it's a pretty competitive league. And then once those tournaments were over, they played in the Lakehead Junior Hockey Junior B League. And they actually had a pretty good season throughout the Junior B season. So they've got two little different levels of competition they've faced throughout the season. So there's kind of a question mark on what they're going to bring now that they're back at the midget AAA level.
Well, the refs have hit the ice. The players are next to come. The pregame show was brought to you by CCM. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks with puck drop and first period action here at the Fort William First Nations Arena and, of course, on the Manitoba Sportsnet network.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind, with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
Welcome back here inside Fort William First Nations Arena in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Rory McGoran alongside Will Stryline. Puck drop is right away. This matchup between the Notre Dame Hounds and Kenora Thistles is brought to you by Case Financial Group. Our low-rate mortgages make owning your home an affordable choice. Plus, our flexible mortgage payment fit any budget. Apply for a Case mortgage at case.biz. That's CAISSE.biz. So the teams go to their respective nets. Aaron Randazzo is going to get the start here for the Hounds, and Cooper Hatfield, the starting netminder for the Kenora Thistles.
Cooper Hatfield can certainly be an X factor here for the Kenora Thistles. He was under barrage much of the Mana AAA midget hockey season, but he has a good record to show for it. He's got a .926 save percentage and a .266 goals against average. Not equivalent to the other side in Randazzo, who's coming into this game with a .92 save percentage and a .163 throughout the regular season. But he's good enough. He's shown that he can get the job done in the net, and we'll see if he can do it tonight for the Thistles.
Period one's brought to you by Reed's Furniture, www.reeds.furniture. That's REIDS.furniture. Teams are on their respective blue lines, and we are all set here for the national anthem, O Canada. Kenora Thistles open up to our broadcast left, wearing the primary red with white. Notre Dame on a broadcast right, wearing the primary white with red. Starting lineups here for Notre Dame Hounds. On the point is Quinn Schmeiman and Avery Winslow. Starting up front is Drew Englot, Colson Wolford, and Cole Stevenson. And their counterpart, the Kenora Thistles, are going to open up on the point with Jamie Caron and Adam West. Up front is Ethan Carlson Jordan, Cooper Witherspoon, and Sullivan Shorttree. Teams come to center ice. Notre Dame is into it. Kenora as well. Puck is dropped, and we are on our way with Game 1 here at the Telus Cup West Regional Finals. Faceoffs won by Notre Dame Hounds, and immediately on the attack into the Kenora Thistles zone. Back behind his net as West picks it up and has some wheels skating around the net. Shoved off the puck by Cole Stevenson, and in comes Witherspoon. Stops up, takes a shot, kick pad save. Big juicy rebound into the slot, but cleared away from danger from the Notre Dame Hounds. Now back the other way comes Colson Wolford. Stops up, looking for Stevenson for the centering pass. Intercepted, and back out come the Thistles, led by Witherspoon. Gets to center ice, dumps it in, and a quick change immediately for the Thistles.
Witherspoon did a great job there, busting down the right-hand side, took the shot on. West was charging up, trying to bash away at the Hounds net early on.
Here comes Larson in it, takes it around the net of Hatfield, back to the point. A shot from Leonard, long shot, finds the goalie of Hatfield. Not sure how he saw it with a maze of bodies in front. Referee blows down the whistle as the net pops off its moorings. We've played 50 seconds here in the opening period. Good speed so far in the opening 50.
A good start by the Kenora Thistles. We mentioned that one drive all the way back down. Puck comes back up. They quickly cycle it out and try to bring it back in again. So Kenora right now trying to keep up with the speed of the Notre Dame Hounds.
Stanley Cooley wins the faceoff immediately to the point for Leonard. That shot's blocked in front of the net. Back the other way come the Thistles. There's Shumka, who throws it into the zone. Back to retreat are the Hounds, and a quick breakout led by Luke Malimic. Long lead pass up ahead to Larson. Larson had a little bit of trouble at the blue line as the Thistles intercept that and come back the other way. Chipped off the glass by Ilott. Out of his net comes Randazzo to play this along the near side corner boards. Held at the line by West. Throws it into the empty corner, and first on the puck is Shumka. Shumka's going to throw this back down behind the net of Randazzo. Scooped up by Stanley Cooley of the Hounds with a little bit of room down the left wing. He leaves a lead pass up to Malimic. Malimic trying to go outside and in around Adam West. Takes a nice shot there from the assistant captain in Jared Naniska. Naniska, most penalized player in the Manitoba Midget Hockey League, gets physical early and throws Stanley Cooley off stride.
Most certainly does. He's not only the most penalized man in the league this year, he's the most penalized player in the history of the Kenora Thistles.
Face off to the blocker side of goaltender Hatfield. It's pushed ahead by the Thistles and out to center ice, where on the retreat is Riker Evans. Evans now up ahead for Dufay. Dufay throws this into the zone, and on the attack go the Hounds. Quick on the breakout of the Thistles. Puck comes back to the blue line. That's thrown in there by Cade Nolan. Morrissey now working the cycle with Ernst. Ernst trying to shrug off the check of one of the defensemen for the Kenora Thistles. Witherspoon now out in front. Chipped away out of danger. Quick shot there by Ethan Ernst. That's gloved down by Hatfield.
Notre Dame so far seems just a little bit confused on what they're trying to do in the offensive system. We saw just about a minute and a half ago as they tried to enter the zone, and one of their wingers crashed in with their center. As they turned back around, he crashed in with another guy. So far they're having a little bit of trouble setting their feet in the offensive zone. They've been getting some shots on so far on Hatfield, but everything's been from distance. He's had clean sight lines and made every stop.
Face-off taken by the Thistles, and out comes Carlson Jourdain up the boards and led by Witherspoon. Witherspoon throws a backhand. That misses glove side of the goaltender Randazzo. Into pinch there is Short-Treed for the Kenora Thistles. Puck in the far side corner boards and thrown onto the stick of the Notre Dame Hounds. And here come the Hounds. Back the other way, stopped up at the red line by Bebo. Just inside the Notre Dame Hounds, a few bodies scrumming along the near side corner boards. Out comes Witherspoon with it, gets it to the front of the net. And there was the defenseman for the Hounds who chips it out all the way down the ice. This is going to be icing against the Hounds.
Trying to break down on that one was Jake Dale, but he just didn't have the speed to get there to win that race before the puck could get down. And so far, a good job by the Kenora Thistles. They're moving the puck well, skating fast, and right now the Hounds are on their heels.
Face off inside Notre Dame Hound zone. Glove blocker side, of Randazzo. Face-offs won by the Hounds and carried out now by Plusinski. Plusinski goes ahead to Wolford. He throws this in, takes a nice hit there from Hackle. Puck bounces around to the far side, corner boards, and back around to Wolford. Wolford takes another hit but shrugs that one off. Four bodies now behind the net of the goaltender for the Thistles. Back up to the point for Leonard. Cross ice, D-to-D pass. Thrown back in front of the net. There's a shot. They score! Cole Stevenson's going to pick up the in the West Regional Finals. And 3 minutes and 18 seconds in, it's 1-0 for the Hounds.
That was the first time that we really saw the Notre Dame Hounds take control of the offensive zone. They got really physical behind Hatfield, in behind the goal line along the boards, battled it free, got it back up to the point, cycled it back up front. Great turn and shoot by Stevenson, and he finds the 5-hole.
Cole Stevenson had 7 goals in the regular season. Another tally in the playoffs. Picks up his first one here. A big hit at center ice by the Thistles as he laid out Stanley Cooley. A shot blockered away from Randazzo onto the stick of Cooley, trying to chip it out, but hemmed in there by the Thistles. Now comes out to the slot, hard on the puck was Shumka for the Thistles, but out come the Hounds, led by number 15 and Riker Evans. Evans head up looking for a play. He's going to shrug off a check, take it into the attacking zone, and throw it around the net of Hatfield. Cole Stevenson gets the original goal. Plusinski's going to pick up the primary assist, and Cody Leonard's going to get the secondary assist on the opening goal here at the Telus West Regional Finals in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Hounds behind their own net looking for a breakout is Cade Nolan. Skates it up and throws it onto the stick of Larson. Larson now ahead for Morrissey. Morrissey, the leading point getter of the playoffs, whistles a shot, misses the net blocker side of Hatfield. Morrissey gets up his own rebound, tries to hold the line, but was forced out there by Frank Combe. Notre Dame Hounds now lead pass up ahead and touched up to Morrissey. Morrissey takes on his backhand, drops it back for Ernst, and there's a stick save there from Hatfield. One of his better saves of the night on the third shot here for the Hounds. A 2-on-1 opportunity was led there by Frank Combe, tried to shovel the puck to the front of the net. That was sticked aside by Winslow, and back the other way come the Hounds. Quinn Schmeiman with a long lead pass up ahead for Dufay. Dufay takes a bump on the corner, can't get the puck to the front of the net, and back the other way comes Frank Combe. A little chip to the open side. Two of the Hounds run into each other, and Ethan Ernst is slow to get up. Took the worst of the bump there as he ran into one of his teammates and then collided into the near side boards. Puck on the near side corner boards in the Hound zone. Quinn Schmeiman trying to shrug off the check there of Witherspoon. Drops it for his defensive partner in Winslow. And up ahead for Jake Dale. Jake Dale gets rubbed out against the near side boards by Witherspoon. And offside is the call. No, we're going to get a penalty here for slashing going to, I believe, Cooper Witherspoon of the Kenora Thistles. Yeah, number 10, Cooper Witherspoon for the Kenora Thistles is going to pick up the first penalty of the game for slashing. So the Hounds are going to go on the power play for Murray Chrysler in Morden. First opportunity of the game here for the Hounds.
Ernst was able to get up, get his stick, and get himself back to the Hounds bench. He looks to be okay and expect him back in this game.
Stanley Cooley's going to win the draw. He's going to drop it back for Plusinski. Plusinski plays give and go with Cooley. Back to the near side boards here for Cooley. Trying to drop that down low for Dufay. Back up to the point now for Plusinski. Plusinski across onto the far side half wall. Intended for Riker Evans. He gets rubbed out of the puck. But back to the point for Plusinski. Over to Cooley. Cooley's going to walk the line. Leave it for Plusinski. A little bit of room. Walks into the high slot. Takes a shot. That tip a body. And wide of the net. But the Hounds on the forecheck here. An intended pass back to the point for Riker Evans is a little bit ahead of him. They're going to get the second power play unit out here.
A very nice job from the point there, stepping up, changing that angle that he was taking the shot from, gave himself a clean lane. Nice save by Cooper Hatfield.
Riker Evans, tic-tac-toe play. Ernst back on the ice after colliding with his own teammate and the boards. Good to see him back out there. Here's a shot from the Thistles. In Cordell Larson off the body and wide of the net again. Scrum ensues. Back to the point for Schmeiman. Schmeiman, the leading point getter and defenseman of the year in the SM AAA HL League. Back to the point now. Quinn Schmeiman has some room. Just leaves it in the corner. Far side off the skate of Malimic. Puck comes out of the zone. They're going to have to check up and get onside. Regroup on this power play. We've played 1 minute and 20 seconds. 40 seconds remaining of the power play. Big hit along the boards on Schmeiman. And out come the Hounds. Ethan Ernst with a little bit of room down the left wing. He's going to have a head up. Walk in. Looking for an option. Back to the point is Morrissey. Over to Schmeiman. Schmeiman now is walking the line. Throws it to the net. Pad saved by Hatfield as he kicks it into the corner, but on the attack still are the Hounds. Back to Malimic. Malimic up to the point for Schmeiman. There's a slap shot, and that doesn't miss by much as Ernst collects the rebound behind the net. Throws it back up to the far side, half wall for Malimic, and Malimic over to Schmeiman. Schmeiman now down near side for Morrissey. Cross ice pass intended for Malimic, a little bit ahead of him. Malimic now takes a shot. That's off the side of the net. That's going to do it for the power play here. Brought to you by Murray Chrysler in Morden. 0 for 1 on the power play are the Hounds. 1-0. They lead the game as the puck's flipped out of the zone of the Thistles. Out of play, 12:32 remaining here in the first period.
Kenora couldn't end that play fast enough. A great job by the Hounds moving the puck all the way around the zone, getting great opportunities in on Cooper Hatfield, shooting everything towards the net. And the defensive pairing right now for the Thistles were just gassed, trying to get that puck out. And the play off the glass luckily goes into the netting for them, and they will get their change.
Face-off, glove side of Cooper Hatfield. Puck loose inside the face-off dot, and back come the Thistles. Frank Holm has Naniska with him. Jared Naniska, puck off his stick and onto the stick of the Thistles. On the side for Wolford. Wolford chips it high off the glass and out of play.
So good response quickly by the Thistles just to get that face-off, get control of it, bring it down quickly on a misplay there by the Hounds, and start trying to get some more offensive going again. They were really hemmed in that 2-minute power play.
Just in case you missed it, the goal scored by the Notre Dame Hounds by Cole Stevenson, assisted by Zach Plusinski and Cody Leonard, was brought to you by Windsor Plywood. Face-off won by the Hounds, and long lead pass intended for Cole Stevenson, the goal scorer, a little bit ahead of him. Back to retreat are the Hounds. Two bodies collide on the far near side corner boards behind the net of Cooper Hatfield. Two more come in to help out with the scrum, and out comes Colson Wolford with it. He takes a big shot there from Dylan Windsor. Puck still behind the net of Hatfield, and four bodies still in there scrumming for position.
Kenora getting very physical so far in this matchup, and you can see it right now on the back check.
They're going to have to get under the skin of the Notre Dame Hounds to try to throw this powerhouse team off their game, and that's what they're trying to do right now. Penalty coming up, I believe, to Notre Dame.
I think that's going to go to Drew Englot. He came in there and got physical in behind, and that's going to be the cross-check.
So a power play opportunity brought to you by Murray Chrysler in Morden. First one of the night coming for the Kenora Thistles. And yeah, you're right, Drew Englot's going to go off. 2 minutes for cross-checking, 11:32 remaining here in the first period. It's 1-0 for Notre Dame in the first matchup here at Fort William First Nations Arena in Thunder Bay, Ontario for the Telus Cup West Regionals. Face-off is won by Notre Dame and immediately slammed into the Kenora Thistle zone. Back to retreat is Sam Brunton, the assistant captain for the Kenora Thistles. Lead pass up to Frank Combe. Frank Comb's got a little bit of room, chips that in, takes a bump, and goes in hard on the forecheck. Out of his net comes Randazzo. Puck dangerously bounces in front and beautifully tied up. Is the net's off the moorings here.
Sullivan's short read was coming onto the near side here, cut quickly in behind the net and intercepted that pass, and it gave a scary opportunity as Randazzo was out of the net and not able to get back.
Yeah, good defensive play by the captain in Cody Leonard to tie up his man in front as that loose bouncing puck, and Randazzo probably wasn't set after chasing the puck behind his net. Like you mentioned, good play by Sullivan's short read on the power play here for Murray Chrysler in Morden for the Thistles. First one of the contest here. Witherspoon now is trying to shake off a check, walk into the high slot, gets bumped off the puck and out of the zone by the Notre Dame Hounds.
Plusinski with a great job there, just dropping the shoulder down and getting his man off the puck.
Caron circling back into his own zone, looking for a read, chips it off the boards, but ahead of Witherspoon. This is going to be icing against the Thistles.
Nice heads-up play by Caron. If you have the opportunity for the lead pass, you're on the man advantage. Take the shot, just doesn't catch it that time. And Kenora so far have been really unable to set up on this power play opportunity.
Yeah, unable to set up one opportunity with the bouncing puck in front, but steered aside by the Hounds to keep this a 1-0 game in their favor. Face-off is won by Kenora. Long lead pass up for Hackle. Hackle is going to walk through center ice here, trying to get around a few of the Notre Dame Hounds players. Nothing happening there as that's flipped high and down the ice. Out of his net comes Hatfield to play this one. Hatfield now is going to swing this around the boards. First one on it is Morrissey for the Hounds. Back out in front for Morrissey. He's got a little bit of room. Throws a backhand through the blue paint. And it was Luke Malimic who was on the back door. Couldn't quite find the handle as Hatfield was out of play.
Great job. Hatfield sprawled his way across and made himself as big as he could. He was beat, but he hung in long enough. Ilod
has a long lead pass up ahead to Shumka. Shumka now takes it around the net, throws it in front. I'm not sure if Randazzo knew immediately where it was, but covers up for a whistle. 20 seconds remaining in the power play here for Murray, Chrysler, and Morden. Left for the Thistles.
Trying to see if he can catch Randazzo cheating. Unfortunately for Ilota, it's right on the post. So good job by Randazzo, making sure he didn't leave too soon and is able to get that stop once he finds it.
Niska switches places with Frank Combe. He's going to take the face-off against Cole Stevenson. Face-off is pushed ahead by Witherspoon. Nice hit on the corner by Niska. Puck bounces up and out of play. Face-off in the same face-off circle. Blocker side of Randazzo.
So just take a couple seconds off the clock and a new opportunity here for the Thistles to get control with the face-off inside the Hounds' end. They've slowed down a little bit so far as this first period has gone on.
Face-off again, pushed ahead by the Thistles, but immediately picked up by the Notre Dame Hounds. Comes out to center ice for Bebo's first one on it. Dangerously into the crowd after it flipped up ahead. Puck out of play. We'll get a face-off here.
There are some short boards along the side of the ice here, so if you're in the bench or in the stands, keep your head on a swivel.
Face-off in neutral ice. Zimmerman comes out for the Hounds. 6 seconds left on that power play here for the Thistles as the Hounds slap this into the blue line and now slapped in one more time, by Jake Dale. That's going to do it for the penalty for Notre Dame. Back to 5-on-5 action. Englot comes out of the box, steps immediately onto the ice, cycles down low for Zimmerman, a little bit ahead of him, but back out to help is Jake Dale. Zimmerman and Dale, two of the Notre Dame Hounds being helped out. And in comes another body for the Kenora Thistles. Jake Dale comes up with a loose puck, centering attempt. A shot kicked away, but another penalty coming up as Hatfield saw that shot, kicked it to the side. We're going to get a hooking call coming up to, I believe, number 19 of the Thistles. Jared Niska picks up the first two here of the West Regionals. 8:59 to go, Will, in the first period.
Riker Evers was given the puck up top in the point, worked his way down, just lost control as he got into the high slot, couldn't really get anything off, and easily turned aside by Cooper Hatfield.
Penalty kill for Kenora, brought to you by Murray Chrysler in Morden. Second power play opportunity for the Notre Dame Hounds. Out comes the top unit of Morrissey, Malimic. And I believe it's Cordell Larson on the near side boards here. Face-off is won by Morrissey. Thrown down into the near side corner boards. In the attacking zone are the Hounds trying to work the cycle as it's thrown back to the point for Morrissey. He's going to walk the line and over to Schmeiman. Schmeiman down for Malimic, being forced against the boards there by Witherspoon. Malimic shrugging off the check, gets it back to Schmeiman, but through his legs, they're going to have to check up again and get onside. Schmeiman up to Malimic and over to Ethan Ernst. Ernst now is going to walk over to the left wing here on his backhand, looking for an option, drops it back to the point for Morrissey. Morrissey now on the cycle, on the power play here. Second opportunity for the Hounds and Schmeiman. Schmeiman down for Malimic, who walks up into the high slot, takes a shot. That's off a body and goes wide of the net, but first on the puck is Larson for the Hounds. Back up to the point for Morrissey. Morrissey's going to cycle with Schmeiman and leave it for him. Schmeiman now takes a shot. That's nicely blocked by Witherspoon, but Morrissey picks up the loose puck, walks open ice, takes a shot off the crossbar. No goal. Glorious opportunity on the power play. No offside there. Schmeiman holds that in, gets it back down low for Morrissey. Back to Schmeiman. There's a blast, and that one goes off the post. Two iron shots here for the Hounds, but still 1-0 as the play ensues inside the Kenora Thistles zone. Morrissey tries to throw it to the front of the net. That's off the skate and sent out of the ice down into the Notre Dame territory by the Thistles.
Brad Morrissey just waiting and waiting and waiting. Toe drags, let's go, a great shot. Beat Cooper Hatfield to the blocker's side, but the best friend for the goaltender bails him out.
Schmeiman's going to drop this off for Stanley Cooley, and he leaves it there for Plusinski. Plusinski back to Cooley. On the near side half wall, back up top for Plusinski. Back to Malimic, trying to go cross ice to Stanley Cooley. Tipped off a stick and out of his reach, but Cooley picks up the loose puck. Is going to cycle here with Plusinski. A shot from the point from Cooley. Didn't miss by much. Hits the backboards, bounces back out to the point where it's picked up by the Hounds. Over to Plusinski with the blast, and he scores! Zach Plusinski makes it 2-0 for the Hounds on a power play goal. And just like that, the Hounds have doubled their lead.
That was just the circumstance of great work by the Notre Dame Hounds. They moved that puck beautifully, that entire power play, moving it back and forth, stretching, making Cooper Hadfield move from post to post and post to post. Finally, that one shot had that clean lane all the way through. Great slap shot one-timer.
Plusinski's going to pick up his first goal here. The West Regionals in second point as he had the primary assist on the goal by Stevenson. 2-0 here, 6:55 to go left in the first, and the Hounds are right back on the attack. Puck is picked up by Stevenson. Back to the point for Schmeiman. A long shot hits one of the banners way up in the rafters. Out of play, 6:44 to go.
We're starting to see that speed from the Notre Dame Hounds just becoming too much for the Kenora Thistles to handle. They are skating really well. They are moving the puck great. We've seen a lot of great movement out of Schmeiman. Schmeiman was a pretty big factor in that last power play opportunity, moving it back and forth. Finally leading to the goal by Plusinski.
Puck comes back to the point. It's sent in by Winslow. Hard on the puck is Englot. Englot's trying to shrug around a check of the Kenora Thistles. Gets it down low for Jake Dale. Jake Dale does the same. Spinning around. Play is whistled down. I believe that net is once again off the moorings. Second goal here by the Hounds, scored by Zach Plusinski. Riker Evans picks up the primary assist, and Colson Wolford with the secondary assist. 6:30 remaining here in the first. It's 2-0 for the Hounds.
Plusinski having a very good start here to this matchup. As you mentioned, getting the first goal, getting the first assist, now getting the first goal, and he's been a big factor so far.
Here comes Frank Combe with the puck across center ice and chips that into the Notre Dame Hounds zone, and hard on the forecheck is Frank Combe. Randazzo dangerously out of his net. Puck is on the back of the net. Two bodies for the Thistles trying to get the puck in front, but out comes Jake Dale for the Hounds. Just to center ice as Naniska out of the box is going to slam this back down deep into the Hounds territory. Quinn Schmeiman now makes a nice move right around Naniska, gets it out to center ice, and joins the attack is Schmeiman. Offside's going to be the call as Schmeiman had Morrissey and Jake Dale with him. Morrissey was the setup man on that goal, or the setup for the power play. Didn't get any credit for an assist, but really led the way, and you could see the vision and speed from Quinn Schmeiman from the back end leading the rush.
Most certainly could. And Schmeiman's been moving the puck very well so far tonight. Look to him to finally, he's going to get on the board tonight. He's moving the puck too well from the back end and setting up offense for the Hounds, not to get paid for it.
Stanley Cooley loses the faceoff there to Shortreed. D-to-D pass for the Thistles, looking for an outlet out of the zone. Throws it up to Shortreed. He takes a big bump there. Back on his feet is Sullivan. Shortreed as the puck is on the nearest side. Corner boards in the Hound zone.
Plusinski wasting no time. He got a goal. He's going to add some body work to that too. A big hit there at the blue line.
Carried out now by the Hounds. Flipped in. Far side corner boards. First on it is Cooley. Cooley shakes off the check. Gets it back up to the point for Plusinski. Plusinski goes over to Leonard. Leonard a little bit of trouble with it, but gets the handle and throws it back in behind the net of Hatfield. A few bodies for each team's. Larson's one of them for the Hounds. It's flipped up and hits the rafters as Shortreed gets a little bit too much loft on the iron. And it's out of play. 5:14 remaining here in the first period.
I think there's a little bit of a scouting report done here by Coach Doug Novak on the play of Anthony Randazzo. Or Aaron Randazzo, sorry. He's twice now gone back to play the net. The Kenora Thistles cut in short, stolen that puck, and Randazzo's now lost in no man's land. It hasn't burned him yet, but look for the Thistles to keep that up as this game progresses.
Face-off is won by Cole Stevenson. Back to the point, sent back in deep, and on the puck is Englot. Englot trying to cycle, takes a nice hit there from Windsor, being pinched up against the boards from Dylan Windsor. Englot keeps on moving his feet. Puck off a stanchion and gets to the point, and now out of the attacking zone for the Hounds, but quickly is Colson Wolford. Head up, making a few nice moves through the neutral ice and into the attacking zone. Wolford's going to take this wide around the left side and around the net of Hatfield. Centering pass attempt, bounces to the point. Evans with a shot, he scores! Riker Evans with his second point of the game, and it's 3-0 Notre Dame.
Evans did a great job there. He had a loose puck, just kind of come onto his stick. Found himself an open spot on the left-hand side there. Cooper Hatfield overplayed it, coming too far to his post, leaving that high far side open. And Evans lets go a perfect shot up into the corner. And we have a 3-0 hockey game.
Yeah, Riker Evans is going to pick up his second point of the game. That goal coming at 15-18 here in the first period. 3-0 for the Hounds. Exactly the way the team That took the Saskatchewan title, wanted to start here in the Telus Cup West Regionals as the puck is sent into the Notre Dame Hounds zone. 4 bodies in the near side corner. 2 for each team attacking, working. Out comes Witherspoon with it. Puck slips off his stick, falls onto the stick of Jake Dale as he gets shrugged against the